So last night I was hanging out with some friends and we were talking about life and God, and I began to explain to him like the things that I was struggling with and just really like opening up and just being transparent. And three things came to mind that I felt as if I needed to hear. And it's funny when it comes from your own mouth, because then it just clicks. And so I began to realize that I was lacking in an area that is very essential to life overall. And that's community, that's family. And that is something that I've been lacking because of just work and just things that I've been doing in my life. And I just haven't made time for it. It's funny that I talk about this because the last video is about community and the beauty of it. So there's three things that I began to realize that as a Christian, I need to have, that I feel as if we all need. The first one is prayer, simply conversation with God, reading the word, and fellowship, community, a place of belonging. And if you do not have those three things, then you will always feel like there is something missing. And so I want to invite you in on me exploring that and what that looks like in my life and what God has really just been showing me. And so for me, prayer is simply a conversation with our Father through the Son, Jesus. It is a conversation that is never ending. Simply put, a beautiful time with God, having coffee with your dad. To me, that's what prayer is all about. It's talking with my perfect Father and knowing that I can always pray. And it's easy. You literally just talk. That reminds me of who I am. That reminds me of whose I am. It allows me to connect with God for people. And so the more I pray, the more I find myself in prayer, the easier it is for me to like talk to people, because I'm not thinking about what to say next. I'm really just meditating on like how God loves this person. And so it's just a muscle that you exercise every day. And I've learned that I need that muscle to walk, right? So that's a pillar that we need. That's a pillar I need. And the second is reading the word. I heard a quote the other day that said that most of us, most people, most believers don't really need instruction, but they simply just need a reminder. And so there is nothing wrong with every day in the morning preaching the gospel to yourself and reminding yourself of who God is and who you are. And so in that place, there's healing, there's breakthrough. There's that aha moment, that insight that you receive, that revelation you see by reading the word. And so third, last but not least, is fellowship. It's a sense of belonging. We were created to commune with other people. Isolation will get you in your thoughts and you get trapped, and it's just not healthy for your mind or your heart. And so what I've learned with community is that it actually also brings healing. Crazy enough. It allows me to listen to my friend, and it allows me to actually talk out like my feelings, talk out my thoughts, talk out how I feel. And there's something about being in a place of family that just brings so much empowerment to you. And that's one thing that I'm walking through. And like, if you feel as if you are like missing something, then check back to those three things. Like, those are the three food groups: prayer, reading the word, and family. And if you don't have those three things, then God will bring those, you know? I believe that. In doing so, He begins to pull out your identity and your calling and your purpose. Overall, what I'm learning is that these three things are super essential with like life and pursuing the Lord. As people in 2018, we like steps, and there's nothing wrong with that. However, to sum all of this down into one thing, to know that you're known, in order to sum up everything that I will always ever talk about: love God with all of your heart, mind, soul, and strength, and love people as you love yourself. It's super simple. Just fall in love with Jesus. I mean, it's God. how could you not fall in love with Jesus?